Okay, guys, today I'm going to be showing you how I made these Daredevil Billy Clubs from Daredevil Born Again. Now, these, I've never seen someone's like this. Everyone has some, like, with the metal cable. You could go onto, like, comic sandwiches, buy one. This has a new feature from the show. I designed everything myself, and this video was a little rushed because I'm not going to say who, although I was very mad. I posted a video, like, showing how, like, the spring mechanism bouncing part works, and someone stole my idea. I'm not going to go too deep into it because I don't want them to get the credit for it, or I don't want them to get more views because they are a bigger channel than me. But anyway, so as you can see, you press this, they turn into two Daredevil Billy Clubs. Then you put it back together, and on this side, you detach it. Looks like a tiny little rope, but that's the mechanism. That's pretty awesome. But then also there's this new feature where he has this knife on the end, and it's in there, and you press the secret button, and isn't that so awesome? You have a throwing knife. And I designed everything myself. It took a lot of work, but it was worth it for you guys. I want to get this video out before the last episode, but my helmet, I ordered a Daredevil helmet because I wanted to do like a battle scene in this. Like I test them out and stuff. It's getting here Thursday, and I wanted to post this video on Thursday. So this is just going to be part 1. Part 2, we'll be going and like testing them out, throwing them at stuff. It's kind of sad, like watching what you've been working on get destroyed. But I'm going to repaint them and fix them up afterwards. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to watch the full video. And, oh, also, music was made by my friend Jude. I'll put his Spotify and Apple Music down below. Thank you for making music. Did make this video a lot better. If you guys like it, comment down below. But make sure to like and subscribe. And watch the full video. I put so many hours of work into this. Guys, I have everything here now. And what I ended up getting for the epoxy was marine weld. Because here's the little dilemma. Not really a dilemma, but here's what I have. So this is the piece that will be, and this is just so strong, that will be disconnecting into 2 parts and disconnecting into the rope. So this is pretty cool. If you don't understand how this works, I don't know how. It's super easy to understand. But I don't really like this gap in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this probably 3/4 thick piping. And what I'm going to do is just make a marking on each side for where it ends. And then kind of epoxy this in the middle. So then it'll look so much more cool. Now, what I did is I actually got this cool looking cutter thing. And actually, I'm just going to get this plastic right off of there. And boom. So this will basically cut the copper for me. I mapped out how long it needs to be. And I feel like I just have to put this in here, screw it down, and spin it around a little. Look at that. I'm going to go wash it up. But man, I love the lines I made in here. I really just used this little thing. And this thing looks beautiful. I sanded it down with some 120 grit and with the finer grit. That's really smooth. Guys, not going to lie. Whew, already put a lot of work into this. So, this is what it's looking like. Now we have this one. I did make these a little longer. I'll measure these and put it on screen. Now, both of these the same size. They're thicker, they're longer, better than the first versions. And here's this piece I just got, probably dry. So what I'm going to do is, because all this white stuff's on here, I'm just going to take this knife, just make a cut around. You know, clean it up a little. And I'll show you what I do next and what it looks like from there. Now at this point, I wanted to get the Daredevil sticks knurled. And if you don't know what that is, as you can see, it has like this pattern on here, which is like a grip pattern. And it's basically done by holding the stick and like pressing it against a molding thing. But all the companies near me were like, no, why would I do that for you? So I'm like, fine. I would have like gave you a shout out in my video. But whatever, I didn't want you to do it anyway. So I ended up getting knurling tape, which is pretty fun and was kind of annoying to put on, but makes it look a lot better. Would definitely suggest if you guys are making this yourself. I figured I couldn't get this stuff knurled because I reached out to some companies. They're like, no, I won't do that for you. So anyways, what we will be doing, putting on this grip tape. Now, I got this from Amazon. It has this cool detailing on it. I'm going to spend a long time just wrapping the staff and making it look amazing. I have some problems with our Daredevil billy clubs. I put on the grip tape. It looks pretty cool. And before I paint it, we have some big problems. First off, these metal pieces. Why does this look like that on the screen? That's so weird. Whoa. Okay, anyway. These pieces that are in the bar, I use this stupid thing my stupid AI suggested. JB Weld, Marine Weld. Yeah, don't get this. I'm going to use something else because they're loose and they keep popping out. So I need to completely get them out. And I forgot I need to drill a hole through one. And that was so hard last time. I can't even. But I have an idea for the rope system. So I guess I'm just going to... Yeah, see, exactly. That's what I'm saying. See, it just went all the way in. And then it's so hard to get out. It's not funny. Not cool. But I do have an idea for the actual system itself of the rope. So what I think I'm going to do is drill a metal bar in here, attach a spring to it, attach a rope. It'll be connected to this piece. When we detach it, it'll be bouncy and come back. That's the thought. Okay, guys, the stuff came in. Not all of it. I got the springs here. And let's see. There we go. So the springs are here. Good for me. And also the stuff for the new knifey thing on the end is here. So, you know what? Let's check out our tiny little knife. I swear, this thing's not tiny. I'm gonna crash out. It better be the smallest knife. Well, I actually have a knife the size of my fingernail. But it better be a very small knife. Extremely tiny and extremely pleasing for what I need. Ugh. Okay, let's check this out. Yes, of course. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, this thing's ginormous. Ugh! Let's see about this. The rope hangers. Now, these are look amazing. So, I'm going to open these up, inspect them, see how they work. So, I'm not sure. And hopefully they work. Somehow, put this green piece in the pipe. So then, when I want to shoot out the knife, I can press down the button and go like... Okay, now, I'm thinking this might work. I know it's kind of big, but, well, it's actually pretty tiny, but I think I'm going to trim this knife up with my Dremel, right, to cut off these stupid edges. Maybe sand down the sides a little bit, so it's just a little bit smaller, because these things take up a lot of space. And then make two slits at the top, so it kind of just slides in and sits there, like that, but in the middle. And here's this thing. Now, let me show you how this actually works. So, you have this, plier thing. You pull this side. When you let go of the green button, nothing moves. Guys, I'm sorry I couldn't get the footage. Because drilling a hole through this thing is the hardest thing I've done in my life. I had to do it with my last billy clubs. And man, it was so hard. Why does this look like that? It took forever to do it. And oh my gosh. I did get the hole though, so let's try it out. If this doesn't work, I'm just over. This is the one that does not have the hole. Pretty good. And please stay in. Oh, you see how easy that is? Is it strong? Oh, look at this. And look at this one. And they're both really strong. I guess we could start by cutting a little square out of this and taking the knurling part off. Stuff is sticky. This is the epoxy. It's going in. I got the string and everything attached. And I'm just making sure that this is all the way in there. So now that that's drying, we have to come up with this, because I need this rope to just sit in here seamlessly on one side without it falling out. So I think I'm gonna have to epoxy the rope actually into this. So let's see where I want to cut it, because I cannot cut it too short, or else because the epoxy's already in. If I cut this too short, I'm kind of just cooked. Let's see, I'm gonna cut it right here for now, which gives it a lot of length, and kind of just thread this through. And we'll have to test this before I actually epoxy this into the actual piece. But I feel like this much will be good, and then I can maybe like just push this in here. We'll see soon. We're at the home of Depot, and I wanted to get some stuff for my sticks, like spray paint, but I also feel like making a stand for them, like to go on my hip would be, or thigh, would be so cool. So I'm gonna I have an idea in my head, and it sounds so awesome. So I'm gonna try to make it come to life, and it should be pretty cool. I'm gonna show you what I get. Okay, so this is approximately like the thickness of mine. So I'm gonna find some PVC that this can fit into and sit well. And what I'm kind of imagining right now is like a pipe, and like at the top, and then metal wire or metal going down. And I don't know, it might not make sense right now, but you guys don't see the vision. Just left Home Depot. I got a bunch of stuff for this because I'm a genius, so kind of just think of what I want and then I find a way to make it happen. So here's the parts, because I'm not remembering all of these. So if you guys are making this, just lock in and hit pause. But that's it for that. So I'm gonna go home, and I can't do anything with the sticks right now because they're epoxying. And when those are done epoxying, then I have to epoxy the top, whatever. But I got paint and stuff, primer, so it's gonna be pretty awesome. But now I'm gonna work on the holders that just go on my leg. I wasn't originally planning on doing that, but I got a bunch of stuff, and it seems like a pretty awesome idea. So I have something to work on now. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of cook up right now, guys. So I got my stuff from Home Depot, and I am ready to build these staff holders. So I got these. Don't think I'll need all of them. And I have my journal. And let's see. I got 4 of these things. They're gonna be pretty nice. Why does this light look like that sometimes? So annoying. Especially because I filmed some parts a while ago. And I've been looking back at the footage. It has like lines in it or something from the stupid light. Some more of those. Some fruit. And one of these. So basically, what I'm imagining here, hear me out. Where is my Sharpie? So basically, my plan here, hear me out. First, let's measure the stick. So we have, okay, so we want right there to be held. You just say right there. Okay, and then down here, I feel like that's a lot of wiggle room. Let's see if this, okay, so that does not fit. So we're gonna cut this tip off with my Dremel, and I think this should work pretty well. So let's see, we want that like about right there. Has to be different lengths for each one. So I guess we'll start with the first hole, which we can put right there. So let's get our screws. Where did I just toss them? Probably in Europe or something. Oh, and they're right in my face. So what I'm gonna do with these is I got these tiny screws, 8 by 3/8, and I'm just gonna screw this in because they're pretty tiny. And I can have, okay, I'm just gonna fast forward this. Guys, what else can I say? They're just like finished. So here's the first staff. The paint looks amazing. It's got the cool knife on the end. And look at this, it just looks amazing. And if we take a look at the second staff, also looks amazing. It doesn't look perfect, but it looks pretty darn well. Nice. So I kind of like the weathered look it has. So let's connect these. So I know you're thinking, I'm still thinking about what to do with this rope. I guess just when I'm not using it, just tuck it in there or whatever. But whatever. Let's move on to putting this together. And boom. Look at that. The official Daredevil sticks. Upgraded. Best in the world. I know they're not too accurate. Actually, they're extremely accurate. More accurate than other people's. I mean, just because of this piece, but shut up. Super duper accurate. And look at this. Back up. Let me get some room. Let me cook up, guys. So it's kind of nice because with my other Daredevil sticks, I wouldn't know which side was the rope, which side wasn't. So let's see. I love how tiny this is because you whip this out, someone's like, ho ho ho, and then you go like. It's awesome. Like, this thing can stretch so far, it's insane. Because it doesn't. With the spring and the bungee cord rope. That's just crazy. And I'm like almost taking my head off. Imagine throwing this side around, because you can do that too. And I just love this so much, guys. I'm going to fix up, not right now because it's like late, but I'm going to fix up this piece and make them like the holders on the side. And then I think we're pretty much done with this video. I didn't lie, having some problems. Had to pick up this Dremel. Let's unbox it. Oh, nah, it charges. Oh, bet it's wireless. Yeah, I probably should check this stuff before. How cute it is. I need to get some tight areas, so perfect.